Together we can show the world what we can do. You are next to me and I'm next to you. Push me on through until the battle's won. No one's gonna give nothing to us. Into each other we put our trust. Standing united after the fight is done.
Oh, got the hat. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's been a good while since I apologize for this video being pretty late. Long story short, it's just been a really busy time at work, and for some reason, I guess because of the heat that's been absolutely insane, it's just been making me a lot more tired because, yeah, like, it's just really taken a toll out of me. I've just been, like, really tired because of that, because of the massive amount of heat wave. And it's just like, oh, it's ridiculous. So, yeah. Anyways, so what is going on? I'm finally here because this is a special occasion because I wanted to do this because this is such an underrated arc in the One Piece verse. And I'm very happy that we are finally getting the special that it deserves. But it's not exactly what we asked for. So what I'm talking about, of course, is the One Piece Greatness episode of Skypeia. Monkey D, Luffy right here, and Tony Chopper. Say hi, hi. So, anyways, so the special itself, overall, I'm not going to make this a very incredibly long review. I'm just going to give some differences and certain fight scenes and certain scenes that they changed or took out for the majority of the special. So, you may want to grab a snack. Okay, like I said, it wasn't going to be extremely long, but in case, if I ramble on too much, grab a snack, get yourself some coffee, some tea, whatever you prefer, whatever you drink, and yeah, pretty much so, and stay and chill, because this is the review of the episode of Skypeia. So, let's begin here. The beginning stuff is obviously the same thing, everything's falling from the sky, like, oh my god, like, what is this? Like, there's, like, a whole bunch of, basically debris of like shit's pretty much showing down, and obviously because Robin figured out like, oh, because of the compass, the grand compass, I think it's, was it the grand, or yeah, the log post is pointing upward, so meaning that means it's pointing up to the sky islands above. And they're like, oh, so there really is. And there was a map too, it says Skypeia and everything. And then to get even more further information, they decided to go into an island, and the island itself is called Jaya. Now, here's what they did, the Jaya arc. They shortened it up to a degree where, yes, it is really cool that we actually got to Mont Blanc Cricket's story a lot quicker, and we got to learn the history of the Mont Blanc family. Basically, they were a family of the sense that the oldest of the group, pretty much, or the oldest of the great whatever, has found the lost city of gold, and it does exist around the sky, but everybody else didn't believe him because he had no further proof, so that's why he had to get executed, hence why the book was called Nolan the Liar. And because of that, that's pretty much the whole history behind it. Every day, pretty much, Cricket, he would go down there, dive in, and pretty much get all these cramps in his body, because like he wanted to prove to the world that, yeah, that deep down it wasn't a lie. He wants to prove that from his ancestors from all those times, he wants to go down there and basically find the lost city of gold that was hidden away for so long. But little did he know, of course, it's all the way up into the way upper parts of Skypeia, all the way on the Sky Islands. And he's saying that, well, it's a risk, it's a gamble, but we're going to see. Like, look, I believe it could be a really great adventure because, look, as someone, I'm a romantic, and I believe in anything that is possible. I am pretty much explore the unimpossible to see if it's actually true or if it's actually a myth. That's just the kind of family we are. Now, the struggles when it comes to pretty much protecting the gold, because at the beginning, while the researchers do the actual place, the island itself, we see Mont Blanc Cricket just like shooting up the place because obviously he thinks someone's gonna take the gold. And I really did like the reanimated scene where like Sanji was like dodging, like kicking, and all that stuff. That was actually really cool. I like the way they reanimated that a lot. That was actually really nice. However, though, it just seems like, okay, so it seems like it was way too easy to set everything up because, again, they skipped on a very important part, which I would get to that. Now, the important thing is, compared to this in the manga and the original anime, we had a town before Jaya called Mocktown, and Mocktown was basically the place where everyone doesn't believe in certain things, and people, you know, just pretty much make fun of each other, or not make fun of each other, but pretty much diss on everybody's dreams and all that, or ambitions, and that kind of stuff. Like, it's a town that really just doesn't give a fuck. That's pretty much the way I could pretty much describe it. And we were supposed to get, like, you know, certain information on the town, you know, like Luffy and company, like, trying to ask for the Sky Islands in the bar. People don't believe them. And, of course, we're in the territory of Bellamy, which, again, we skipped Bellamy. But that, again, it's Bellamy, so I really don't even care. Regardless, Bellamy was a piece of shit anyway, so I really didn't really care for him. But the fact that you can skip Bellamy all you want, but the fact that we skipped Blackbeard's introduction, Yeah, not cool. I was really, they could have at least kept Blackbeard at least. Or even if they had to skip Bellamy, they could have found some way to introduce Blackbeard. And then while they were on the knockup stream to go to the Sky Islands, they also skipped the narration of Blackbeard chasing down Luffy and company, because in the original manga and in the anime, Blackbeard and company are supposed to chase after Luffy and the crew because they find out, oh shit, Luffy's worth 100 million berries, so we gotta go after his ass because then we can become filthy rich. But no, that didn't happen in the special. Apparently, it was easy money, and the crew just reaches up to the fucking heavens of the Sky Islands or Skypeia. They finally reach up there with ease, without struggle, compared to the actual original manga and the anime, where of course they have to make sure Blackbeard doesn't go after their ass. Or well, they only know him as Teach. They don't remember him as Blackbeard. Yeah, they even skipped. Oh, that's right, and they skipped the whole thing where the warlords get introduced. Like, see. That's something they see. Keep in mind, that's something they should have had at least the very end of the special. But we didn't add that at the end of the special, and that is what's something that aggravated me. We didn't add that at the end of the special, and that pissed me off because, dude, that's very big, massive setup. That's massive hype. That's massive setup for things to come. Another reason why you shouldn't skip Jaya at all. You shouldn't skip because there was, even if you're a manga reader or just an anime viewer, trust me, yes, you shouldn't skip. That's not good. You shouldn't skip it, and that's something that they actually did. They skipped the whole buggy thing. It's questionable. You could have kept it, but you didn't even have to keep it. You know that you could have skipped. I understand if you want to skip the whole Captain John's treasure thing, you could skip that. That's fine. And then just have the whole thing with the warlords, you know, gathering around, trying to figure out what's going to be the balance of the warlord system after Crocodile got defeated in Alabasta. Which, yeah, they could have done that. But no, what they did instead was they skipped it. At least at the ending of the special, you could have showed me that. But no, of course not. Of course not. No, of course not. An hour and 45 minutes isn't enough. So they finally make it there. And, of course, they already meet Godfall. Already, like, chill. Like, Gonfall's like, yo, what up? Like, he's right there. He's chilling on the beach. It's like, yeah, I'm Gonfall. And I'm pretty much the Sky Knight Protector. And I grow pumpkin juice in the fields. And I'm like, that's mad random how they meet Gonfall. Because it's much different. Okay, again, I hate to compare versions. But in the original, what actually happens, there's not only some, okay, well, the whole Sky Shark, I think there were Sky Sharks and all that. I think there was. I don't remember. In this special, I don't remember. I believe there was. But, again, it was totally different. Now, I mean, at least maybe in the manga's perspective. I don't know. I never read the original manga, so I only watched any anime. So, correct me if I'm wrong on that. But, anyways, yeah. So, when it comes to those parts in general, so that's odd because when we actually got to the island, it was supposed to be like, holy shit, Wipers attacking the Straw Company, and then Gonfall saves the day. I like the introduction that they did in the original better compared to here, because Gonfall, you just see him, he's chilling. He's like, yo, what up? Like, yeah, I'm Gonfall. I'm the fucking protector of this island. What up? And it's just like, okay, that's fucking weird. What? Like, it's so odd. And then, of course, we got Conus. She's there. And she got, like, the little cloud fox thing. I think it was like a cloud fox. Cloud fox. Fox McCloud. Oh shit, I made a Fox McCloud reference. Yeah. Oh my god, wow. Yeah, I know. I just realized that too. I actually did just make that. So anyways, yeah. So when it comes to, you know, that too, then all of a sudden we see, oh, Satori, that was his name. I was thinking of Sasori from Naruto, but no. Satori. So Satori shows up on the island, even though it's completely different. The whole Sky, like the guards, you know, trying to capture them because entering Skypeia illegally. Because, well, okay, they did somehow ended up still in Sky Islands, like, illegally or whatever. They pretty much did, because there's supposed to be, I guess there's supposed to be some kind of way, some other way to enter in, but they didn't know about it. But it's weird because in the original, there's supposed to be an actual lady there, and it's in the manga too, where she's like, alright, well, if you don't have enough of this or that, you could still pass. Regardless, you can still pass, like, go right ahead, and then you could just fly on up. So, yeah. So, of course, that didn't happen. And that's the reason why Eneru pretty much had to get summoned, pretty much. Why Eneru had to summon, pretty much, his boys to be like, yo, you gotta set these island challenges up, bro. So, the ordeals, or whatever. Pretty much the ordeals. So, pretty much we got that. And then, you know, it's weird because his ordeal of orbs is on the fucking beach. When in reality, they get captured by the lobster, the sea lobster thing, and they bring the Going Merry to the upper yard. They're supposed to go to the upper yard. They're supposed to go there. Granted, the only thing they got right was the sacrificial altar. That they got right. And they got Shora there, which that part they actually got right, which I'm actually kind of shocked. I'm speechless they got that shit right. I'm shocked they did that. So, the altar, the sacrificial altar, whatever it's called, and then Chopper's there, and of course, Shora's there. You know, of course, you know, Chopper tries to fight him off, but of course, that doesn't really work. So, granted, at least we got that fight in the anime, which that was actually pretty cool, reanimated. You know, Gonfall fighting against Shora, whatever his name is, Shora. Him. So that was cool. Like, that scene reanimated. Those scenes reanimated looked really cool. They looked really nicely done. So I didn't mind that too much. So that was actually pretty cool. It was just other shit that irked me later with the montages, which I'll get to those soon. Yeah. So I will get to those quite soon indeed. I'll get to those quite soon. So pretty much it's weird because then the battle ends up the same way as in the actual original, how, like, the way they do it, where, like, Luffy's able to actually find a way to stretch him all around and pretty much catch Satori off guard, because Satori has an ability called Mantara, which Mantara obviously is the equivalent of Haki on Skypeia. It's the equivalent of Haki on Skypeia, so that's pretty much what it is. It's pretty much, it is Haki, pretty much. It's the same thing, it's Haki, except it's a little bit more different on Skypeia compared to the actual ocean and the blue sea, obviously, and, like, in the new world. So, you know, pretty much we have, you know, he used that ability, and that ability, obviously, it's pretty much Haki equivalent. Basically, he could sense and pretty much see every kinds of moves that they're actually going to do. So, yeah. So, you know, there's that. So, anyway, so while they catch him off guard, you know, of course, he ties him there. Sanji, bam, gives him the kick to the head. That's how we end the fight. And then, of course, we have the other fight with Shora and Gonfall. That was really nicely animated. Weird again, because Wiper comes in there and actually does shit to Shora. Because Shora and Wiper are supposed to fight all the way on the other side, where he summons his army of the gorillas and all that. Where he summons his army of the gorillas, and they're supposed to be the ones to attack Eneru. Then you send them out, and then, of course, the actual Eneru's, what are they called? Yeah, it's pretty much Eneru's boys, pretty much. So his boys, you know, they're there. Obviously, Eneru's top tier men, they're actually there, and basically he sends them over there to pretty much deal with it. Now that was, you know, kept the same, and the way Wiper ended his fight with Shora ended the same. Granted, I think they shortened that fight up a bit too much. Yeah, that fight was a bit cut way too short. Like, it wasn't nearly as long, like, pretty much. Like, it wasn't nearly that long. Shora, of course, uses the reject dial, and then Shora gets knocked out. So, oh yeah, the whole Mont Blanc cricket flashback, and then, of course, with Kagura, they didn't even reanimate that. I had to skip that because they didn't even reanimate that flashback. Now, the flashback, everything was on point with the flashback, which is fine. No problem with the flashback there. My problem is that they didn't even reanimate it. If they would have reanimated, it would have been fire. But no, they didn't reanimate. They used the same clips from the original anime and just sliced it together. And I'm like, that's not cool. That's not cool to do that. No. I literally had to skip that because no. I know the story. I see it in the original. Just reanimate the shit, and I would have seen it in a brand new light, which would have been cool. With certain scenes, like with certain battles, would have been fine. But in case you would have known, shorten it up. Apparently, what happened is, when it comes to the actual flashback, he meets the Shindorians. He meets them pretty much. And all of a sudden, discover there's some kind of disease. So he actually sends one of his best doctors on the crew to help him out, and that's how they get along. That's how they get together. Then, of course, the actual person, the king he's supposed to be working with pretty much is the one that sets it up. And then everything from Skypeia, everything from the Shindorians isn't from the Blue Sea anymore. They actually go up into the actual sky because of the whole knockup stream. It was a setup because of the whole knockup stream thing going on. Then that's why their island pretty much got flowed up there pretty much. And, that's why. So they had a good bond, but then of course there are moments where his actual crew, some of them would attack them and stuff like that. But they had a really good bond. After a while, after all the struggles they went through, they got along just fine. Like I said, I'm not gonna try to drag this out for too long. I'm promising not to. So after we get that flashback going on, we have the crew. They're there. They finally are able to set up their way to actually look at the map. And then they actually find out that Gonfall, because Chopper can actually understand the bird's language, find out that Gonfall was the original god, and pretty much Enru and his boys just took over that particular. Pretty much he took over, with him, and then pretty much that's the reason why he had to perform. He had to retire as god. So what happens is that so after that. So now Enru finally has the challenge scene going on. The crew is finally setting up to go for the map with Skypeia and the giant snake. I would say a lot of that was completely rushed. Now, this is what got to me. The skipping of most of the fights. And then some of them were just shortened. For example, Zoro versus Ohm, it actually started out really cool. But then they kind of shortened it up a bit. Because I remember in the original version, it was a bit more longer than that. And it actually lasted for maybe an episode or 2 episodes. And that was it. Here, it was a really quick. It was way too quick. There wasn't that much of a fight going on. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So then, after that, everything else was all montages, including Robin's. Yo. They skipped Robin versus They skipped Robin versus. They skipped it. They skipped Robin versus Yama. I can't believe it. They actually skipped it. They didn't just skip it. They montaged the shit of it. It's montage. They're gonna have a montage. No. That's not cool. An hour and 45 minutes. Again, didn't look like they were going to do it justice. And I had this gut feeling that was going to happen. But at least you're going to show me at least 2 minutes of the fights tops. And that would have been fine. If we would have had some quick animated scenes of the most important moments of the fight, then yeah, I wouldn't mind that. But everything was in the corner. Montage here, montage there, montage down there, over there. And it was all over the place. On some John Madden shit. And of course, we got Luffy over here, and he's beating the goat demon things. And then, of course, we have... And then we got a little bit over here. We have, Nami fighting off against Satori's brother. And, of course, a bunch of fucking... the stat side skip Robin versus Yama. One of the most important fights. And I'm like, dude, what the hell? Oh my god, dude, that was not cool. That was the one fight, especially that one I want to see reanimated. And of course, the Zoro, the Caliber Phoenix. Granted, we did get a bit of Wiper versus Luffy. I'm shocked about that, but it was really short. It was only the important part. Well, that again was the only important part of the fight. When Luffy does the bazooka, and then Wiper did the bazooka with the Clash. That was dope as hell. And then, of course, we only had the fights for the main event, which was Zoro versus Ohm. Wasn't that long of a fight, like I mentioned. And then we have the main event where Eneru goes down. He has the last 5 survivors. Of course, everybody tries to attack Eneru. Doesn't really work. Yada, yada, yada. And, yeah, so we have that going on there. So, again, that really hurt me. It really did. Alright. I'm getting through this. So after that, finally he finally sees that no one stands a chance against him. Bam, bam, bam. Electrocute, obviously. By the way, nice animated shots right there. I forgot to mention, too, he goes on the upper yard, too, and takes care of Sanji and Usopp. Of course, they're not dead, but still. So, we got that going on. Eneru's like, look, you know what? I want them to come with me to a place where I can where I have the endless verse, which I need to go there. But I need people to go there with me so I can have more of assistance with me for an army. And that's basically, what his whole goal is. He wants to go to the moon. Yes, the moon. Yes, I said the moon.
The moon. Yes, I said it. The moon.
Exactly. The fucking moon. That's where we wanna go. Way down on the moon. Okay, that was bad, but still. Anyways, so finally that's pretty much what's going on. Luffy goes in there. He finally finds Nami, in trouble and danger. And all of a sudden, and then Wiper also sees that the Golden Bell actually does exist. The Golden Bell, the City of Gold, is finally there, obviously. And of course, Eneru has the Golden Bell on the Arc Maximums, where he has it on. And of course, Luffy goes up there. It's like, yo, what makes you God? And I'm like, well, you're gonna find out. And then basically, I like the scene of the Funimation dub. What makes you God anyway? And then Eneru's like, you find out. Like, I hope they redub that. That would be so cool. Of course, that stuff right there, reanimated really nicely. Eneru giving Luffy all the attacks. Luffy taking it because obviously he's rubber. And then the face, the epic face that we got years ago is back in HD remastered, which that was really awesome to see that. And then of course, instead of him, just using his thunder attacks or his lightning, he's able just to pretty much read him during Montara. Then of course, pretty much smacking Luffy around. Then finally, he's able to use all the 200 million bolts, Bari, whatever it's called, the 200 million volt Bari, and he's able to electrocute the ship, basically power it up, and then create this big ass fucking bomb. Like, yo, that was crazy. I remember that in the original too. That was hype. Like, that was cool. Like, I loved. Yeah, it's my boy. Like, the epic shit he was doing just like years ago in the original was just as good here in the remake, which that was actually really cool too. And then of course, the whole island's like being sucked in, and I'm like, yo, that's insane. That's insane. This is why Eneru is like the most craziest OP motherfucker. And if he was in the actual Blue Sea, he would outsmart. Yo, it's insane. Except for Luffy, obviously, but still. It's only one man, one way, and that will be Luffy, obviously. But still, like, oh man, like, dude, that'd be sick. Yeah, ha 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 ha. God, I miss him so much though. But anyway, that was so cool. And then of course, he's got the golden ball thing that Luffy stuck to, and it sounded really weird the way I said it, but still. So that the reason why he falls off the ship. Sanji and Usopp sneak aboard, try to distract. Then while that happens, we learn that Sanji pretty much screwed around with the Arc Maximum, and the ship is pretty much losing its capacity. And then of course Luffy finally finds the way, and actually finally, yeah, I know. So basically, he finally was able to reach Eneru with the scooter thing. I forget what it's called. The where the hell it's called, I forget. But anyways, yeah. So he uses that, and then finally, Viper's like, look, we Shindorians should light the bell for Kagura and show them all that our spirit and our legacy lives on. Luffy's like, look, you know what? Even though it has nothing to do with me, I want to prove to the old man and everyone down there, to the monkey, to the what were their name? Shoujo and the monkeys that live with the old man, saying, look, I want them to know that. Oh yeah, I forgot too. We don't get that much introduction to it, except the picture. Then at the end with the knockout stream stuff. That's lovely. Even in the beginning, I remember they even showed them at the beginning. Because Shoujo's supposed to be there at the beginning, where they technically meet them and the treasure, and it's just like, what the fuck? Anyways, moving on. So then at the end, we get the big epic fight going on. With that, the final clash, bam, Inaru's dead. Well, not dead, but he's just knocked out. The bell rings, and that's how we end the special. We don't have the celebration thing. Hell, we even had the celebration thing during the fucking arc shit. Yeah, we even had the celebration. What the fuck? So, that. And then the end, we had Blackbeard versus Ace, which is very nicely animated, which is very well done. And that's how we end the special off. Overall, I would say it's a very good special. Not a great special, but a good special overall. It's not the greatest, and it has some really good moments. Really nice animated moments. But the stuff with the rushing just kind of kills it a bit for me. And that's all I gotta say on that. So, that's it. I'm done. Thank you so much for this. 7 out of 10 overall when it comes to special. It's a 7. I'll let it pass with that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below of this special of Skypeia. Episode of Skypeia. Let me know what you think, if you loved it or hate it. Comment, rate, subscribe, click on that bell, join the squad. Follow my social media plugins and Discord as well. So, peace, soul, love, chicken grease, sky's the limit. God and yes, is the limit. Anime manga fans, keep supporting Rich Reader, what you watch. And I'll get to the other review when I can, when I'm not too fucking tired. So, yeah.